I had heard about this Caitlin Clark, and I was like watching videos of her just like having like 40 points, like averaging a million in high school. And I was like, oh, this girl thinks she's going to come here and rule the world, you know, like whatever. It's going to be, you know, whatever.
Kate Martin's recent interview has offered a deeply personal, revealing look into how Caitlin Clark's arrival and presence at Iowa not only shaped the Hawkeyes' historic run, but in Martin's own words, saved her career and helped her discover new levels of leadership, resilience, and purpose.
There she did, came in right away and ruled the world, and I was like, all right, here we go.
Martin first heard about Clark. She was skeptical, watching high school highlight reels of a player who seemed almost too good to be true, a scorer with an audacious confidence who looked ready to take over the world. Martin, who had already endured her own setbacks with an ACL injury and had to redshirt her freshman year, was no stranger to adversity. Yet, nothing could have prepared her for the whirlwind that Clark would bring to Iowa City. From the moment Clark stepped onto the court, Martin recognized something different. Clark's work ethic was relentless, her approach to every drill and practice marked by a ruthless competitiveness and a drive for excellence that Martin described as next level. This wasn't just another talented freshman. Clark's presence elevated the entire program. Martin, who was a couple of years older and already a steadying presence on the team. Clark's arrival forced her to adapt her own leadership style. She became the calming influence, the one who could look Clark in the eyes during tense moments and remind her to breathe, to trust, to focus on the bigger picture. Their dynamic became a classic case of opposites attracting. Clark's fiery intensity balanced by Martin's composed guidance. But this relationship wasn't always smooth, as Martin's father recalled. The two had to work to build trust. Clark, with her strong personality, could be abrasive until she let people in, and Martin had to earn that trust through consistency, work ethic, and genuine care, both on and off the court. The result was a partnership that would become the backbone of Iowa's back-to-back Final Four runs. Martin credits Clark not just for her on-court heroics, her record-breaking scoring, her ability to take over games, but for pushing Martin herself to grow, to lead, and to believe in the team's potential at the highest level. One of Martin's most vivid memories is that first Final Four run, particularly the upset over undefeated South Carolina. She described it as the highlight of her career, a moment when everything clicked, and the belief that Clark had instilled in the team became reality. Clark's confidence was infectious. She didn't just want to win, she expected to win, and she demanded that same mindset from everyone around her. Martin, who had considered leaving Iowa after her 5th year, it was Clark's presence and the promise of another run at glory that convinced her to stay for a 6th season, finish her master's degree, and help cement Iowa's place in women's basketball history. Off the court, Martin emphasized the importance of relationship equity, the idea that trust and respect are earned through genuine connection, not just shared victories. She made it a point to build relationships with all her teammates, but her bond with Clark was special. They could challenge each other, hold each other accountable, and most importantly, support each other through the highs and lows of a grueling college basketball journey. Martin's leadership became less about telling people what to do and more about showing them she cared, creating an environment where even the hardest truths could be shared and received in good faith. The impact of Clark's presence extended beyond the locker room. Martin acknowledged that Clark's national profile brought unprecedented attention to Iowa and, by extension, to Martin and her teammates. Suddenly, the Hawkeyes were at the center of the women's basketball universe, breaking attendance records, drawing massive TV audiences, and inspiring a new generation of fans. Martin recognized that while Clark was the face of the program, her success also shone a light on everyone around her.